With all the noise about Dame Dash, there's one thing that's not getting much attention. Dame is leveraging this social media buzz to shine a spotlight on his movie production company, which hasn't been covered at all. We should acknowledge that Dame has already given us a couple of classic movies, like Paid in Full and State Property.
Hey, yo, hey, niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
Dame's been hinting at a project he's been cooking up, and somehow it's getting completely overlooked, possibly because of the distraction caused by his teeth flying out of his mouth, which is understandable. Maybe we'll get into his production company in another video. Let's get back to the topic at hand. The internet's been going crazy over Dame Dash's teeth falling out while on live.
Just see me, see if I'm the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
Watch Dame break his silence and respond to address the brutal jokes. But before you feel bad for him, remember, there was an era in his life where he had zero humility and his arrogance was at 100. We'll get to that shortly.
If he's the real deal, show me what you got. If you're the real deal, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind two soldiers getting together. If he can produce, if he can do whatever, where's the real deal? Oh, hold on.
You know, obviously, I feel like I need to address the teeth. First of all, they know yet. Sorry about that. First of all, this is not dentures. These are my grills, right? And what happened was, you know, I have to go get implants put in. So I have implants, and I got them 20 years ago. And every 20 years, you got to switch them out. So I have to do a surgery, pause, oral, and is once they do it, and yeah, so I'm gonna show you what. Okay, there we go. So that's what happened, the Prince. But you know, I thought it was hilarious. I ain't tried to edit it. I think it's good for jokes. But yeah, they're not dentures, and I think it's hilarious.
Before Dame was humbled because of his unfortunate current situation, he was at his prime of arrogance, and this arrogance created several enemies that would wait patiently for this exact moment. Let's get into it.
I mean, I was a millionaire when I was a teenager, so it was too easy for me, I think. You know what I mean? It wasn't even an issue, a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. I'm not going to hold $1 billion. I'm going to spend it.
Dame Dash went from making millions of dollars to nearly losing it all.
As we all know, 1/3 of Rocafella Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, is for sale. And anything over 10 million, I'm gonna sweeten the pot. You get an original Rocafella chain from off my neck.
And then 50 Cent pops up with what seemed like an offer to buy Rocafella Records. 50 Cent said he asked his team to reach out to Dame because he wanted to drop a bag. However, 50's team never actually reached out. It turned out to be one of the biggest trolls ever. Why would 50 kick Dame when he was already down and clearly at his worst?
So, you know, I say, because I was the only one that gave out Rocafella chains when Rocafella really existed. If I don't give you the chain, it's not a legit Rocafella chain.
Before we see Dame's response to 50's revenge, 50 reveals why he trolled Dame in this interview. But was he justified? Drop a comment.
For that first deal,
I got $1 million.
cash, straight after taxes.
The only person that pointed out that $1 million was no money was Dame Dash, and he has no money now. I only felt that, because he said, there ain't no money. Like, after you get you a watch, chain, and you look out for the homies, and you do this, then it's nothing. Right? And I was like, nigga, I'm from 134th Street. $1 million is a lot of money.
Right.
I think I hit the lotto.
Right.
Are you gonna say it's no money? Like, hey, and I just never forgot that because of how it felt.
Dame decides to take a page from 50's playbook and use social media attention to promote his current projects. Given that Dame is at a low point, it seems like he's asking 50 to throw him a bone and play along. Keep watching, because after this clip, we'll look back in time to see how Dame's arrogant behavior and tendency to talk down to others caught up with him once again.
What's the name of his network again?
He said Action.
Oh, hell no. You can check out 50 Cent Action. I'm promoting it. Go to 50 Cent Action, however you can go there. And go to America New, type in America, type it in. You on any app store, download it, and tell me whose app is better. But I need you to show up for this battle, 50. You know what I'm saying? And also, I'm gonna drop a new movie, The Prince of Detroit, an America New original, and produced by us, and we put it in theaters, and now I'm putting it on my own streaming service, you know, because I ain't got no money. And also, I'm gonna do a full interview, and I'm gonna put it on my network first, America New, and you'll be able to see that as well. And, you know, again, let's just compare. Also, 50 was popping it, for what I heard, that, you know, we had that 12 million to buy Rocafella and BJ's boss. But where you at? It's still for sale. The prices are up, but, you know, they pushed the auction back. The starting price was 1.2, now it's 3 million. If you got it, like you say it, buy it. I challenge you. So let's keep it. Television network, CEO, and watch the full interview on America New. Watch a new movie on America New and tell me whose network is better. 50 Cent Action or America New.
Should 50 support Dame and continue the public beef to help him capitalize on the attention they're getting, or is he petty enough to put the final nail in Dame's coffin?
And 50, I don't mind if you want to post the battle as well, because I'm posted on mine. We should help each other. You know what I mean? Appreciate you.
Before you jump too fast to answer that question, let's jump back in time to take a look at how some of Dame's ways caught up with him.
Hey, wait, stop. Don't say you're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about. There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem.
Like, this is why I be warning a lot of these folks who be bragging about being their own boss and making their own money.
You gotta get a team and make sure that you do what you're supposed to do with your money.
Several years ago, Dame Dash appeared on The Breakfast Club, where he famously criticized the idea of working a traditional 9-to-5 job, championing entrepreneurship as the only viable path to success.
Can I get what to my son?
Whatever you
Shares
working
in this
for,
company, I
yeah.
absolutely positively can.
I'm
This full company is
I'm
not
asking
my son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But
Wait, stop.
He emphasized the importance of being a boss and owning your business.
If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can he get it?
No.
All right, you don't own this.
But I can take
Stop.
the money
you.
from here to invest in myself.
No, it's not yours. I'm not gonna fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not gonna build somebody else's company and then pick shares so my son can. All that.
But I'm not.
No,
listen.
Listen. What I'm saying.
But what about taking the money?
You come to work
you
every
took the
day.
money from Def Jam.
I didn't take. Wait, stop. Don't say. You're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about.
Fast forward to today, Dash is facing significant financial challenges.
As we all know, 1/3 of Rocafella Inc., which owns Reasonable
And there's a
Doubt,
noticeable shift
is
in
for
the
sale.
tone of the Breakfast Club as they report on his current struggles. The irony isn't lost, as the show now sheds light on the harsh realities of what it truly means to be a boss. Pay attention to the timeline because you get a sense that the Breakfast Club has a bit of what goes around comes around in their coverage.
I have to be on top of all these things. Like, this is why I be warning a lot of these folks who be bragging about being their own boss and making their own money via. Well, let's talk about you. Do you feel like you get your props as a mogul,
I
man?
don't care. I take my props.
Word.
Give a fuck about props. I care. I do get my props. And I'm not a mogul. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil. Don't disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does. And I put up my own money. All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not? There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem. Oh, okay. Put it like this.
Because you're somebody's boss.
No, I'm not somebody's boss. When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work. You do whatever you want. It's called consignment.
So why this can't be all work? This corporate America, we could be using
you don't
this.
own it.
But
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. Question. Let me answer your question.
I'm listening.
Can you give it to your son?
Can I give what to my son?
Whatever you
shares
working
of this
for.
company, I absolutely positively can.
How?
How? Because I own shares of this company.
You bought them?
Yes.
What I'm saying is, can your son eat? Is this yours to give the whole company
this
to you?
This full company is not my son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But I own
wait,
shares
stop.
of this company.
Listen. That's not my question. If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can he get it?
No.
All right. You don't own this.
But I can take the money from here to invest in myself.
No, it's not yours. I'm not going to fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not going to build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can... all that.
But I'm not
listen, what I'm saying.
But what about taking the money?
You come to work
you
every
took the
day.
money from Def Jam.
I didn't take. Stop! Don't say. So you're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about. I ain't take no money from Def Jam. What you talking about?
I mean they cut you a check.
No, they didn't cut me a check. We had a formula based on performance, and they calculated and we got paid.
That's us.
Stop.
Dame Dash owes a lot of money. He owes New York City $8.7 million in unpaid taxes.
Yikes.
I'm gonna do a little breakdown here because it gets really steep. There's a lot of money owed to different people. So you guys know that Dame Dash right now is auctioning his part of Rocafella, which is the big thing in that is his stake in Reasonable Doubt. So that has been like a big back and forth conversation because people are trying to figure out, you know, since Biggs and Jay-Z are a part of the ownership as well, and you have to like vote on things in order to be able to use it, is it even worth buying the stake in Rocafella? So Dame has been saying it is. It's a piece of history. You get chains with it as well.
Right.
All this stuff. Billboard has done a story where they basically are saying that a lot of the majority of the money from, not even majority, all of the money from the auction will go to money that is owed by Dame Dash to several different entities. There is $8.7 million in unpaid taxes. There is $832,000 that he owes to a guy named Josh Weber. That's the guy that he was going back and forth with in court over the Dear Frank movie. There is $145,000 in unpaid child support between two women that he has kids with. Basically, what is going to happen is at some point, once the auction and everything is done, child support is going to come in and take their money first. Dame Dash owes a total of $145,096 in unpaid child support. Yes. So then after that, the money's going to filter to everybody else. And again, he's looking at, they're saying like he could receive money from whatever is left. I don't know what's going to be left. I guess it all depends on what the auction goes for.
The thing is, they gotta understand what the value of is. I don't know, but you gotta figure, what's the value of that Rocafella, 33% of that Rocafella. What entities are owned under that? I know Jay-Z is supposed to get ownership back after 35 years. I don't know if that's true or not. So it's just figuring out what the value of is, and any businessman will figure out what the value is to see if it's a great investment or not.
These are the things that they don't tell you, or maybe we don't talk about enough when we have conversations about being an entrepreneur and being your own boss. Because when you're your own boss, you have to be on top of all these things. Like, this is why I be warning a lot of these folks who be bragging about being their own boss and making their own money via.
You got to get an accountant. You got to get a team and make sure that you do what you're supposed to do with your money.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody all the time, don't laugh, learn. Like,
that's right.
It can happen to any one of us at any given time for not knowing the possible knowledge, and owing that much money is a stressor.